In this video, my higher self explains what autism is about. And the higher self explains there are old souls here trying to help with humans' advancement. Interestingly, another QHHT case explains autism is labeled as an energetic protection shield. During this QHHT session, the subject's subconscious says this shield is to protect his very first time on Earth. Since this is only a visit for him, so the higher source installed the protection within him, which doctors call autism. The reason to have the protection is to stop creating karma. No matter what he does or what others do to him, he's always protected and will never create any karma with this protection. And for others with this protection, sometimes it is the end of all karma for them. This is because this incarnation would be their last on earth. The lessons are for others in their family and community. Some humans with this autism are very old souls, and some are new to Earth, but just like visiting as the case. And the case subject then gave a metaphor. It is like when a knight puts on armor. It's very clunky, awkward, and uncomfortable, but it is for the great good of the knight when they go through that particular experience that they choose to go through. It is better to be uncomfortable, but as safe as possible. Having the human experience is similar. The subject's subconscious also explained what the extreme emotions that he felt as well. Humans have this unique ability to feel emotions incredibly fast and for no apparent reason. It is what makes the human experience so interesting and as part of the adventure. Therefore, coming into human body for the very first time makes it very difficult for the soul to adjust to the earth's density. So no matter how much a subject is learning in this physical world, such as going to school, learning QHHT, or any other soul regression work, or undergoing psychic training, energy healing, etc. However, to learn something and to experience something are two different things. And this experience to be on earth is very new to him. And so that's why he feels it so intensely. And the soul is simply learning and experiencing. Stay in tune and let the old soul story to be told, and how the wisdom can shine through a physical body and help with healing and understanding autism.
And she wanted to know a little bit more about some conditions called autism, Asperger's, and ADHD. Why do humans come in with these particular things like autism, Asperger's, and ADHD? Why do humans come into this lifetime with those conditions?
Humans need to grow. Humans are very creative. Build a lot of things. And they need to learn more about the softer skills. That is to learn to acknowledge energy, how energy works for them, how they can communicate with soul better. Learn a different way to communicate. Set their intention right. Spend time. Observe their children's behavior. They're normal, but only for those parents who don't have the skill set, while most society don't. They need to calm down. Meditate. Spend time observe. Listen. Listen to their babies as their souls. They're not babies. They're manifestors in the baby's body. They're trying to teach a lesson.
Now, when this manifests in the baby's body, who is the lesson for?
Parents.
Okay, so it's the parents need to learn a lesson. Okay.
The society. Not just
Society.
parents. The bigger scope is that millions of this autism children scattered all around the world is trying to make a movement.
Yes, absolutely. And would there be something that these children could do? I mean, is there something that could make them better? Like, could we maybe teach them how to meditate, or what would be the best advice to give to the children?
You can't teach them how to meditate. You need to spend time observe their behavior. What trigger them? What don't trigger them? The parents need to meditate first before they can ask the children to meditate them. When the parents meditate, calm down, look at within, understand what they can't do, what they are not capable of, rather than trying to manipulate children. They are much more advanced souls. They came down with higher equipment that the parents do not understand. In the scientific field, the medical field, the school do not understand. They put them on label, autism, ADD, ADHD, or very clever humans. But that's not going to solve the problem. So they are masking this generation. In fact, we need to spend more time observe their behavior, trying to provide an environment that they can play, they can be understood fully. They do certain things because this society failed to understand them and entertain them properly, and giving them games, tools that do not necessarily entertain them.
Well, this is very well for the children, but when they become adults and move away from the parents, if possible, would all of this we've described now help them as adults? Would this be enough healing for them, or not necessarily healing, but instruction, or as the parents observe and learn how to work with them, will that help those children as adults to be better in society around other triggers when the parents aren't around?
Not just the parents, the society, the schools, the medical system. These two organizations, government bodies, they need to have proper understanding. It's not just from the parents, it's the overall, it's an involvement that involves everybody to be part of it.
Okay.
First, you got to communicate with them at a soul level. Do not treat them as babies. Speak at a soul level. Do telepathic communication. That's right. Challenge the adults to learn how to telepathically communicate with them. Honor their need If the parent spends enough time, grow themselves, listen to their children asking this question, what does my child want? If they ask this question long enough, they will know.
And should this question be asked telepathically?
Yes. They need to be communicated at soul level.
Thank you.
Yes. There is a part that the body and the soul needs to be integrated, and that is to be facilitated by parents and society.
Okay, that was a question I wanted to ask. If when the child comes into this world, is the body and soul not properly aligned, that it does need to be integrated?
It's an idea that needs to be integrated that can help the journey, but it's not necessarily to be planned that way because misalignments create opportunity for learn and growth.
Is there any way that people like Apple and myself could help these individuals with the work that we do?
Yes, you communicate telepathically better than the majority of the public people. So if you ever have a chance to work with them, you know that you can find a way to communicate with them by listening to them. If you look into their eyes, you will know what they want, don't you?
They're very intelligent. I had one client was very surprised by the intelligence, but I've never been around a client when they had a trigger. So, I mean, that would probably be a challenge for someone like Apple and myself. But I feel like we could give good help to those people that have challenges with autism, Asperger's, and ADHD. And you're saying to do this with telepathic communication and by looking into their eyes, speaking to their soul. Is there anything else?
First, they aren't sick people. Do not treat them like sick people.
Right.
You gotta think out of the box. They aren't necessarily need your help. And that's we external people think they need help.
I
You
see.
see, they are so intelligent. They know things most people don't know. Yes?
Correct.
That's
So when a parent brings these children to us, are we able to do a type of hypnosis on them to calm them or to help them in any way through hypnosis?
depends, not everyone.
Okay.
As I said, they are normal.
Right.
Don't try to correct them. Try to understand them. How can we create a better environment? As in, what activities would suit them better? What education can we design to fit their growth? Now, because they're so advanced, you give them, they're like university students, you give them primary school material. Would they be interested? No.
So if they did come to us, what would be our position in this?
Depends
How
on depends on the perceived symptom. Okay.
okay.
There's one thing you can do is to tell the soul that is being hosted in the body, tell them to dial down a little bit about their capacity so that humans can understand them. Now they are living at a soul level. The soul energy overrides the human energy to their souls.
Yes. That makes
Soul
perfect sense.
energy,
So,
very strong, and they are curious, they are very keen, but they don't know their curiosity, they them being themselves creating problems for the society. It's like alien soul. An alien soul, if their first time landing on Earth, they have problem integrating with the body because they're new to human bodies. That take time, generation by generation.
that is interesting that a soul would have trouble integrating into a human body. I've heard that theory before.
And not for this specific wave of souls. It's a wave. It's a huge wave that is calling down and to do this experiment to it's a new lesson. It's an experiment, the new lesson, and whatever that you call them about this autism.
Mm.
As
So
Asperger's children, they have information intelligence that's from the higher realm. The parents do not understand because
interesting.
the information comes from a higher dimension.
So if they were to come to us, which they will and they do, the parents bring them, would it be best to ask them how the parents could help them better? I mean, is it something more on that level?
No, not how parents help them. The parents need to help the parents themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The
So
parents,
what would
number one, needs to develop this awareness.
mm-hmm.
It's number one, it's not a disease.
Right.
It's just difference. Acknowledge the difference, negotiate with the soul. Just say, you're very advanced. We acknowledge you, but we ask for your patience to work with us. You came down to this family. We don't have your intelligence. We're willing to work with you. Could you please be patient and dial down your soul energy a little, lower down your vibration a little, so that we can work with each other.
Right. So is this something that we should try as healers to work with? I mean, if they can, I mean, is this something that Apple and I could do?
Yes,
What a, okay.
you could try, but you really need to understand how they work. Observe their behavior. There is a way you can work with them. But first, you're going to understand they vibrate at different level. So you really have to, you either vibrate at a very higher level and carry the same level of wisdom. And possibly, yes, some of the healers may be, but not everyone. Number two, you go to the opposite. You have a very different opposite, a very slow mode of vibration, which is that deep trance mode. Very calm vibration. You drop your body and communicate with the soul.
Okay.
Now, there is a way you can do surrogation.
What is that?
You work with the parents. because the parents have this unconditional love with babies. So you work with the parents through the parent's subconscious mind, and the parent's subconscious will communicate with the baby, asking for ways how to work with them better, how to live in a harmonious environment. You see, it's not that you're trying to heal something. There's no disease there, but it's just an
Right.
imbalance of energy. You're trying to find a way to coexist. It's to
Right.
make a peaceful life together. So you're trying to make a deal with a more advanced soul, and in which case the soul does not know how to communicate their thoughts properly.
Us to work with the parents than the children, or both?
Both. Both perhaps work better. Both. Go
Should we
on.
have them at the same time or separately? Like the parent and the child together in the session, or the child in the session alone?
If you're doing surrogation, there's no need to be the child present. If you're working with the child by legal, you will need to have the parent to be around, I believe. That's in human rules.
Right.
So
Okay.
you follow your local guidance.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Apple wants to know why she has a hard time getting people to do quantum healing sessions.
It's happening.
Okay. She's getting them now.
Be patient. She's making good progress and doesn't have to worry about it at all. It's
Okay.
happening. She's working very hard. She can slow down a little. Everything's there for her. Everything that she wanted it. She has worked very hard. She has redeemed her sin. Yes, there are more to redeem, but she's on it. She will be fine. Everything
Okay.
she wants is there for her. She needs
Perfect.
not to worry. It's coming. Set the intention right. Focus on her own growth. Master her technique. Be firm be firm of her own ground. Do not compromise.
All right.
Do
Thank you.
not compromise the quality of the work that you do and she does. Your priority is to heal people. Or not saying that you heal people, but through what you do to help people to heal.
Yes.
And you know who you can help, who you can't. Do not compromise with your own rules. People need to be guided. People need to be committed to the program that you run and she ran. This work is not for everyone. It's not designed that way. You only work with people who acknowledge the services, the value that you provide. It's priceless work that we, the higher realm beings, guys, higher self, the spiritual beings, we work very hard to assist you to push this vibration lifting process happen smoothly.
Okay. Perfect to know. Thank you. Apple would like to get an idea of when she would have her first month fully booked.
6 months.
Thank you. And she would like to know, is the love program or soul regression helping her to get popular?
Equivalently, going to a different audience. Love program will gain her popularity in the business world, the corporate world, the upper class world. The soul regression work will help her to gain her fame in the spiritual community.
Very good. She would like to know, which one should she focus on more?
Equivalent effort.
Okay.
Combination of both makes her stand out of the crowd.
Okay. Thank you.
She's got it right. It's the complete healing approach. If the person chose to be completely healed, she has the program for them. If the person only interested in contemporary healing, she's got them.
Okay.
Everything she wanted, it's been given.
Perfect. Thank you. She is, Apple is saying she does have a dry throat, itchy throat when she works with a client because she's talking a lot, and she ends up needing water when she does her session. Is there a way that she can alleviate this dryness to keep her hypnotic voice and not have all of this discomfort?
The ability to be truthful.
Can you explain, please?
She does desire love. She doesn't need to suppress that. Let it come. She needs support.
Okay. Is there any way to guide Apple on how to stop repressing this love? What is she doing that's suppressing this, and why?
Guilt.
Guilt? How can she remove this guilt?
Time. Serving. Meditate. Time it is. We are working on it,
Okay.
but she needs to be patient.
Okay.
This is healing too. This session.
Good.
She does not aware of this.
Okay. Is there anything that you can do or her guides can do to alleviate some of this guilt?
We're working on it.
Thank you. Where is this guilt stored in her body?
Throat.
I see. And are you doing that healing now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Be disciplined. She needs to eat less spicy food.
Less spicy food.
Speak nice to people. She's a good material, but there's a lot of work. Be disciplined. Be absolutely pure intention to anyone that she meets in life. She's ready for the challenge.
Okay.
She's got the potential to be great. She demonstrates love.
There is a type of healing that I do, which is called a reprogramming, that actually deals with the emotions that this guilt causes in a person's body that manifests into the physical. Would this be something that Apple would need for me to do? Or is she being healed?
Would it be helpful?
It seems to be helpful, yes. But is it needed after? Is still needed for me to help?
You're going to do regular healing. That's good for both of you. Just do that. And whenever that's needed, you'll be guided to do so.
For Apple, I
Both
will
of
be
you.
guided. Okay.
Both of you doing significant work, that you're entering a higher dimension. It consumes your energy, it weakens your immune system. So you do regular healing work, daily meditation, just strengthening your protection wall, your energetic shield. So you do that. Do this monthly healing for each other.
I see.
She's relatively strong, and you have different paths, gone through different sort of a medical crisis. So help each other would be good.
Should we continue with this type of quantum session for the best healing results?
You will know.
Okay.
You will follow your intuition when you do your future monthly or whatever regular healings. Follow your intuition, that is your guidance.
Thank you. Is there any other information you would like to give to Apple or anything she needs to know?
Don't worry about
Virus.
There's no symptom. It causes no loss. It's chosen to be there. It's for the other party to accept their lesson. It's not for Apple to worry about. It's the
Okay.
future lover needs to learn to be fully open and accept who she is. That's that party's lesson. And Apple chose to bear this virus for that purpose. She knows it. It does not affect her at all. It's illusionary. You know that all these symptom diseases, whatever the medical board terms it, do not worry about it. You see, you deal with symptom. If there's no symptom, what do you deal with? You have nothing to deal with it. You have nothing to worry about.
Perfect. I agree. Is there any other information you would like to give Apple or myself?
Apple enjoys life. Go have fun and follow your heart. Do not Sacrifice your integrity. Believe in yourself. People will bow down to you. And for you, you are friends, soul sisters. You learn together. You grow together.
Perfect.
Accept what life has to offer to you. Be open. The physical world exists for a purpose. Be open. Sometimes things change. There's no fixed rules. Nothing is fixed. The moment you say A, next moment it's not A anymore. Energy flows very quickly. Be open-minded.
Thank you.
Go international. Find a way. You all have potential. You've got the right critical mass. Remember that. Learn from each other. Help each other. Help the society. Help humanity.
Is there a good way for me to try to go international? What would be my best outlet for that?
Try BNI.
Thank you.
You can do a lot of a marketing program. It's gonna cost you, which you don't know the future. Where BNI is kind of, you can access anyone, any members in this world. And this is the world of business leaders that you wanted to work with, the coaches, the medical professionals. These are the people, they manage an organization, a health organization. They help people to make change. They understand your language rather than work by yourself. You need to work together. That's why you are connected. To help each other using a different perspective. It's not easy, but you enjoy the ride because you chose to do so.
I do.
Have fun, make fun of it. You know when you help someone, when you heal someone. Well, when you facilitate a healing, you feel wonderful.
Yes.
And that's the most important thing. And you gotta ignore the noise. The society, the physical world that's created for you is to fuck your mind. Is to block you. But you are a star, you are a diamond, and you will shine through. So recognize that. Not everybody does what you do. You are more advanced souls and respect your ability. It's a gift.
Thank you. I do. Apple, is there anything else you would like to ask your guides today? I thank you guides for being with us today, helping Apple with her healing and the information that she had asked for, giving us advice. We greatly appreciate it. We love connecting with you. We love working together to help each other. And so now, Apple, if you're ready, I'll begin ending the session. I'll be counting from 1 to 5. When I get to number 5, you will be back to your full and regular waking consciousness. On number 1, coming back more and more now to the sound of my voice. Number 2, feeling good about yourself, the world, and everyone in it. Number 3, feeling rested and refreshed. You remember this entire session. And on 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5, back right here now to your full and regular waking consciousness.